Well, hello. This is Baltic Disc Golf Championship 2021, sponsored by Innova Champion Disc. My name is Olav Kappel, and here with me today is Marko Stynaninov.
Hello, hello.
And boy, oh boy, this was a competition, and the weather was maybe the key word for this competition.
Yeah, first day, really rough winds, wind gusts. We have the final boys here for the final day, starting off Mathias Villota with -12 leading the pack here. Currently rated 1001, representing Prodigy.
Next up is Mauri Villmann, young and up-and-coming player from Estonia. Trilogy Club team, let's say.
Yeah, and we have your teammate Marion Kull here sitting in -11. He started the tournament with the hot round in the first day, I guess.
Yeah, he got the hot round, and Kull is that kind of player who always ends up in the top 5 positions somehow. Nobody knows. And the last one from the league card is Kristo Vaikmaa, Team Discord. Current rating is 977.
Yeah, so we have the first hole, the famous Baltic Championships hole, starting up with 144 meters. You have OB on both sides. I think the great spot for first shot would be like 40 meters before the basket, so you can have a clean run up to get your par.
I had the opportunity to watch basically all the tee shots from the, I think it's first and third day, this day as well, and
this is your lead card for the final day.
It's really hard for me to say that somebody is going to go for it. Maybe they just most of them play just to get the par and just move on, because it's really hard hole to birdie. I have seen a couple of birdies over the years, but
yeah, I think it's not worth the risk you take with it, because mostly people will make mistakes and not make birdies. So if you go with par, you're in a great position, I guess.
Yeah.
Mauri Villmann.
I guess the most awesome birdie on this hole was, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. Will Schusterik actually birdied, but it's a crash. It's uphill and 144 meters, and with this wind, I guess nobody will go for it.
Yeah, as you can see, there has been a rain just before the lead card starts. And there's also some pretty good gusts of wind blowing from every direction. So you can't really predict the line of disc as you would like to, maybe.
On this day, the wind was from left to right on this hole, but from the tee area, it seems that the wind is like spinning all over the place. But we have seen like 3 forehands, layup forehands.
Yeah.
So basically all of them have a par opportunity. I see Marion is actually quite pleased with this result. In bounds, and everything is fine. So so last up today is Kristo.
Kristo has chosen
quite interesting tee song, yeah. But as we can see, Kristo is throwing also, and it's in bounds, so everything is fine. And then everybody is looking to get the par and start to battle on the second hole. So first up is Mathias.
maybe an A-series disc going with the forehand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so in bounds.
You see how
Kristo
the wind blows through his chest, basically.
Yeah. It's because I was there 3 days. I can. It's quite an easy benchmark for me now. If I see wind on camera on other tournaments, I can kind of tell it's like, because it really a lot of wind, and it's quite effective, because even though the whole course is in the woods, it still play the strong influence on the game and on the game plans.
Yeah,
As-
'cause
as-
you have uphill shots, you have downhill shots. Some of them are open. Mostly it's in the woods, but if the wind is as big as it was that day, it doesn't actually matter.
Mhm. So Mathias from out of bounds
Yeah,
rescues his bogey.
and even that putt wasn't easy. I would say. You saw it
Mhm.
kind of got over the rim quite.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like into the wind and a little bit uphill, and even though it's not just like 7-8 meters,
Mhm. You
Not
don't
mo-
want
not
to
more.
have that as
you
your
don't- you don't want to have
first
that.
putt.
But actually it was it averaged 4.1 on the first day, on the
Yeah.
last day, sorry.
So as I said, if you take par, you take one
It's-
stroke.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I
So
did.
You got par, yeah,
Yeah,
both days.
yeah.
Nice.
Nice. So the lead card took 3 pars, if I'm not mistaken, and 1 bogey that went to Mathias. So second hole is 122 meters. It's backhand friendly, I would say. With forehand, there's nothing much to do if you're going to want to have a look for birdie. But for a backhand, you would need approximately 1,020 meters of a great shot, and then have a little skip maybe towards the basket. You should have a putt.
100 centimeters.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just- yeah. It's yeah. This is like one of the most like only backhands. It's like it's really hard to see somebody throwing forehand
Mhm,
here.
mhm.
I guess even you.
Yeah, I tried it a couple years ago, but moved to backhand, so
Yeah.
no need to.
I guess a little bit early from Mauri.
But finds a
But-
nice.
Yep.
It's a nice gap, and is even going far. Is
A little
that
bit. This actually it's OB, I think. Yeah.
okay? The asphalt is OB,
Yeah,
not the disc.
asphalt and beyond is OB.
Yeah.
Basically all the holes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it's Marion going with the backhand as well.
And on this hole, it's like if you hit an early tree, it's quite a struggle to
Okay.
get the par. And as Marion does right now, it's not a great place to be, but you might find some.
It's pure luck.
Yeah.
It's pure luck. You can get really lucky there,
Yeah.
and there's a gap, but most of the time it's just praying. You're just praying. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, Kristo is going. Okay, this is the one tree you don't want to hit. It's exactly on the way,
Mhm.
basically, but it's in the way. But it's Kristo hits, but it's I guess he can rescue some
Yeah.
kind of par there, maybe.
But I would say all the 4 players that we are looking right now are mostly backhand dominant. So could we say we would expect 4 kind of a bit better shots than we're seeing right now, because we have seen only Mathias going the line he was looking for. Everybody
Yep.
else kind of missing their lines a bit. Although Mauri got to the basket, basically he went through the gap that he didn't actually want to hit. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kristo and Marion actually, I think they're
Kind
they
of mixed
pl-
ones.
Kind of mixed. They
Okay.
play both forehand, backhand,
Mhm, mhm.
even 50-50. So
Okay.
and Kristo just would have missed that tree, and it would have been inside circle
Yeah.
and easy par. But
Yeah.
now he has like 15 meters, 40 meters. So Marion here is with
With nothing left.
with nothing.
Finds the way,
Yeah,
absolutely, and parks it.
Yeah, with a gator. I think it was Scott Witter's gator.
Gator, not a hater.
Hater.
Don't be a hater, be my gator. Okay,
So
Kristo
Kristo.
for par. Can he do it? Ooh.
Almost kind of seen in
Mhm,
from this
mhm.
perspective. So
But I think if you miss early, it's like you can't be too mad for getting a bogey on this hole. Although you're definitely not looking for a bogey, or you're not looking for the early miss.
yeah, if you're early in the trees, is
Mhm.
you probably just
Oh,
that's a miss. That's a miss from Mauri.
yeah,
Not I guess not really happy about with this, but
it shouldn't be.
so Mathias is looking for a birdie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Mathias shows how this hole should be played,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody else just trying to clean up. Mauri cleans up his par. And Kristo for bogey. And yep, Marion as well in for par. And hole number 3, which is usually hole number 6, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But we play a little bit modified layout, and this is actually used to be par 5, then par 4, and now this hole has turned into par 3, and just a straight shot.
Mm-hmm.
So 99 meters. I guess it's really hard for me to see that somebody is throwing backhand here. It's easy shot for a not easy shot, but it's I can see a backhand. But for this group, I think they're throwing forehands, because it's so much easier with the forehand. It naturally fades into the basket a little bit. As we can see, Mathias is showing here.
A bit early on the right side and finds the last tree basically. Otherwise he would have been basically maybe even kind of touching the OB line there, because he was kind of high, and as the asphalt slopes on the right side you might find the OB there, but I think I didn't see anybody find that OB on that tournament, but maybe definitely somebody did find it, but I'm not thinking any of these guys. So Mauri should be maybe just in front of the 10-meter line there.
And this hole actually played eighth hardest, so in the middle.
Okay.
Which is a little bit surprising, because I thought it would be a little bit easier. And Marion is actually flirting with OB line there, so.
Yeah. I mean, it's not hard hole, it's not easy hole, but you go to the tee pad, you think that I want to have a look here.
It's like, and the statistics shows as well, it's like 12 birdies, 39 pars, which is majority.
Yeah.
And then 11 bogeys, which is understandable. Somebody will have a bogey, missed putt, short putt, and just one double bogey and one triple bogey. So it's really hard to get big numbers here, but it's easy to miss a birdie and the par here. You can do it. It's not that difficult.
I mean the holes when playing in Joulumaa, both red or yellow course, all the holes are, none of them isn't like a super hard one. All the holes are basically, you would love to have an opportunity, but in some of the holes it's really easy to get something else, something bigger.
Yeah.
So it's not that course you go on and you think that, okay, 5 holes coming up, I need to just hold my par. It's not that one. Every hole is basically you're thinking that I can get something here, I guess. But as disc golf is, it's never that easy.
It's like if I keep it in the fairway, most likely I will have few birdies. Just try to avoid big numbers, and you will be fine. So, but it's if you get into trouble, it's really easy to get the big numbers somewhere. So. Because the trees are and the woods are really tight.
Yeah. So hole 4, 107 meters, plays a bit upwards and then back down into a hole, and this hole really favors forehands, I would say. Maybe you can say something else, but I see that the backhand here is really hard.
No, it's just pure forehand hole.
You have the protecting trees here actually, which are kind of lucky. If you get through, you get through. If you don't get, then you can't do anything against it.
And it's actually the basket and the tee. I think it's on the same height.
Okay.
I think there's like you go over a hill and down a hill, so it's on the same level.
Yeah.
But it's
actually Kristo choosing to go with backhand. Is this surprising for you?
It is, because Kristo actually throws really nice forehands.
What's that? What is it?
I don't know. I really don't know why, but it's like
Kristo is broken.
Kristo is broken, somehow. So Mathias is going with a forehand, obviously. Turns it over, and Okay, okay, it keeps flying. Actually, it's on the old fairway, I think.
Uh-huh.
So it's quite an easy upshot from there.
Yeah, because if he would have been on the left side where he was going, it could have been pretty tricky upshot. I guess.
Yeah.
You don't see the basket. You kind of have to think that okay, it should be there. Let's try it and hope you don't get any trees.
Mauri as well with the forehand, nice forehand.
Seems nice one, yeah. Now, if he misses the trees as he does, it's good.
It's even a little bit long, yeah. But it's a perfect shot basically on this hole. Marion also with the forehand. I guess it's actually a Glow Wraith. I see it's the old, Baltic Tour one. I just have the same one, so it seems familiar.
Oh.
It seems actually quite nice throw, but okay.
Yeah. Stays a bit too straight on the late at the late part. You need to start fading.
And actually, you don't want to throw that high on woods anyway or here, because on this hole you don't want, because the lower you keep it, if it hits some tree, the less off course it will go. So
that's a good point. I haven't thought about it actually. Nice upshot, dodging the trees.
And then Marion is also a really nice, really good putter, so it's, I think it will be fine from that distance.
I mean, if you're in the lead group, you need to be
you need to be putter. Yeah. And Mathias also throws a little putter upshot or even basically a jump putt.
So.
And Mauri is actually farther than I thought. Just a little bit low, and obvious disappointment from him. Was looking to get a one stroke from the card, and then to co-lead with Mathias is just one back. So, yep, Marion in for par. Yeah.
Kristo also taking par, so no birdies from this hole, and we've only seen 2 birdies actually from the lead group.
And actually on this hole it was 10 birdies, so it's a lot of forehand players, but it's 41 pars, so even more pars than the last hole. So
how much did it average?
It averaged 3.1.
Okay.
And the last one also 3.1. So now it's 3.4 average hole number 5. 111 meters, but I can see that this is difficult. It's like 14th most difficult hole. It's really difficult to get a birdie here. Maybe like good forehand players, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah, definitely. But it's really hard for even me. If I go with the driver, it usually if I succeed with my throw, it really easily goes long. And if I go with something kind of slower, it usually doesn't get there. So it's kind of in between hole. When the basket, if you get to the basket, it slopes down, so you get a really fast skip or might get.
So it's uphill, and from that point on, it's just, as you can see, Kristo's disc just takes a skip, and from that point it's downhill. So it basically would have gone long as well. I think a little bit.
It's really fast green over there.
Yeah. But I guess, but Kristo took forehand here, and the last hole he took backhand. So it's really weird because this is a lot longer hole.
So as I said, he's broken.
He's broken. Kristo is broken.
System error, and this really finds a nice way and skips under the basket.
Skip.
Okay,
perfect throw.
That's the one, the kitten's love.
Mauri going with the backhand. I can't be so surprised because I throw also backhands here, but
it's doable. But I mean, if you have forehand, then I think.
But I thought Mauri has that kind of forehand in his pocket, so
maybe the pocket was empty this time. He didn't find it.
Maybe I thought it was
wrong
a little
pants.
bit
or no pockets.
Yeah, but look, I can see the backhand is like, for putting you want to be more on the left side of the basket, because on the right, if you skip in, there's trees actually.
Okay.
As we can see, Marion's from that, it's you can see those trees there. You don't want to putt behind those trees. So if you from the left side of the basket, you can have a more open putt, even if it's like 15 meters.
You have more open putt, but with right-handed putting, your like natural fade would be downwards the slope. So where Marion is, I think it's a bit easier to run if you don't have trees in front of you. But yeah, from the, let's say, Kristo's perspective, you don't have so many trees inside the way.
Nice tree kick at the end. Would have been really difficult comeback putt from there.
So Marion should be like 12 meters maybe.
I guess 12, 13 meters.
Yeah.
Not.
And know straight from the hand that it's really good and really low.
Yeah, you can hear it. So Mauri in for par, and
we haven't seen Mathias so far doing anything else than a drive from the tee pad only.
And this is like a little bit high. It's like tricky putt. It's like I don't know. I know it's 7 meters, but it's still like you don't want to have those putts all around, you know, even if it's like sloping down and everything like that.
So we have 1 birdie and 3 pars from this hole. I think it's kind of regular outcome from this hole.
Yeah, it's 36 pars and only 3 birdies. So basically, majority took par here. So hole number 6. This is actually one of my favorite holes in Villmann.
Okay, interesting.
It's
and why? Birdie all the time?
Not birdie, but it suits. If you throw a nice backhand on this hole, it's so rewarding to see the flight and everything, and it's
yeah.
And for me, it's for mostly I throw forehands well, not awful, but I throw, if I can, I throw backhand, and for backhand this shapes a little bit. It's just little slow turnover and then just fade straight. That kind of shot, it's really beautiful with the backhand, so that's why I like it. So
yeah, and as the basket is also on this little whatever hill or however we call it, it's really rewarding if you get the drive close to the basket. You have an easy putt, because right now the wind is really big on this hole, as the forest has been taken down from the back of the basket. So usually it wasn't that windy on this hole, never, but on this weekend it was like if you would be on 10 meters you would probably not try it at all, because it was really windy there. Yeah, we can see that, I guess.
So everybody's turning their drives over a little bit too much, and this is the distance you won't even try. It's like you're just hoping to get as closest to the basket, even because it's like it's so easy to take a 4 on this hole. You just don't. But actually, now we have a forehand as well from Marion. Yeah, from this angle, the forehand seems so easy, but it's not. It's like it's there's no preference on this hole if it's forehand or backhand. This is like 50-50.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we see if Marion will run it, because Marion has actually the place where you kind of want to run it, but on this wind maybe not so much, because there's still holes left and no need to worry right now much.
But only as we can see, it's not a long hole by any means. It's 102 meters for like this caliber, like Baltic Disc Golf Championship or any kind of bigger tournament. It's kind of still we got just like 4 birdies, but it's mostly due to the.
You see?
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Bad.
Just wind. So it's just wind and the basket location makes this hole really, really hard, actually.
And I think even Mauri right now is pretty like concentrated and just jams one in. You can't do anything else. You have to.
And Mathias also quickly because the wind just a little bit quieter.
Taking his time.
It's not a choke. It's like.
Okay.
Okay. What is in?
Yeah.
So hole number 7, 199 meters. So this is, if somebody throws a backhand here, I can see why they're doing it on the first shot, but like this is so forehand for me, even for me somehow.
I mean, if you have big backhand, wouldn't you go over the trees?
Yeah.
Right now the wind is actually from left to right, so the carry should help it, I would think.
That what I will try, but the low backhand for me is seems kind of odd for this hole.
Yeah, but actually you just need to press kind of simple hyzer forehand downwards there.
Yeah.
Miss the Mando and another forehand hyzer, and you should be pretty okay.
That's what I thought. It's like the forehand here is so obvious and so simple. Okay, Mathias with a putter. Forehand here is so obvious and so easy. So that's why it's a little bit surprised why you throw like Mauri's going with a driver some sorts. I can't see that shot working all the time. Like it's percentage wise, I can't see that shot working. Maybe 1 or 2 times within 20 throws, but it's with percentage I can't. It's like putter, backhand or forehand, some kind of like firebird.
But would you also throw putter backhand here?
The forehand is so easy here.
Okay.
I wouldn't throw any. Obviously, I'm not on the lead card in this competition or kind of any bigger competitions. But it's as a bystander at this event, for me the backhand is kind of, I don't know.
And once again, Kristo choosing backhand here.
It's like and the results. They confirm my story. So as you can see. Only Mathias throws. I think he throws putter or some kind of mid-range, and he's only in the perfect spot. And then from this kind of places that Marion is in right now, you can take anything. You can took like pars, birdies, or even triple bogeys. So it's like.
Yeah, I think if you're early on the right side, you're pretty much out of the birdie game. Marion's place was kind of the place. Maybe some magical shots could help, but usually they don't work. So Kristo is in a great spot. Basically, you need a 110 meter
perfect shot,
forehand maybe.
Absolutely perfect shot.
But the first shot was kind of lucky. He got a nice kick to the fairway. Otherwise, he would be on the left long or somewhere there behind the trees.
There's also with the backhand here. It's kind of, I don't know. Again.
But I mean, if you feel it, okay.
Yeah, but that's the issue. It's like the backhand starts to glide, and then you can find yourself anywhere. Mathias has a really good forehand, so just overstable this and let it finish into the basket.
Yeah,
I think it's like Mauri's doing. Okay, Mauri's just a little bit early, but still there.
Yeah, finds a way through. Luck is with the strong ones.
Yeah, and hole number 7 it played actually 4.4 average, and it was 16th most difficult hole, which is a little bit surprising for me. But it's I
think you have like the opportunity to miss with your first shot, then you have opportunity to kind of go long or deep with your second shot, and then you have to putt around the basket that's on a little hillside on every side. So basically you putt, you miss, you might get 8 meters, 7 meters, 10 meters, and I think that really makes it a bit harder.
And for me it's Joulumäe course, as I watch the stats here, for me it's quite interesting. So it's every hole doesn't play more than 0.4 less or more from its like par. So let's say par is 3, the maximum is like 3.4, which is 6th and 7th hole, and the other ones are like 0.2 or 0.3 off from the par. So it's quite interesting. I haven't seen it, because usually in the tournaments you have those holes that are like par is 5 and average is 6.8 or something. But yeah.
So hole 8, 103 meters, par 3. It's a backhand hole, I would say. I have tried with forehand, the flex, but it's not.
You
it's
have
a
tried.
joke.
You have tried.
Yeah.
But which disc? Some kind of A series.
D4.
D-
Yeah, basically something like that.
Okay.
Just a mega hyzer out of the gate and just all the way flipping up and trying to get there. But it's not into 10 meters, 12 meters, something like that. But with backhand, it's not easy.
Mm-hmm. It's you want to throw something like basically as Kristo just threw that. I guess it's not no really overstable disc on a hyzer. Just a little bit like straight to a little bit kind of. Not overstable disc, but just stable disc, a little bit understable disc on a hyzer line, so it carries to the left because the basket is really to the left, and if you throw really overstable disc, it just digs into the ground and doesn't go anywhere. So
yeah, and as we see Mathias makes really nice shot, but the skip on this fairway ain't that quick as you would love to maybe have.
If it was a skippable hole. Then would be overstable disc low and just skip, but it's sand and it's. But actually on this kind of weather, I think it's a little bit more skippy than usual.
Maybe.
Yeah, but it's a little bit damp and compacted because we had rain yesterday. So
yeah, that can really change.
Anthony Varela, T-Bird 3, I think. It's not Wraith as I thought.
American disc, Anthony Varela. He's an American guy.
Yes.
Okay. That's nice. Yeah, 16, 17 meters. If you have a look, I guess it's okay. If you're in the circle, it's really good, I would say. But I think
even if not, it's like it's really attackable hole. Even if you're like 13, 14, 15 meters away from the basket, it's there's no real trouble to go. Yeah, you can just try, and if not, it's still you're like 5 meters comeback putt. So.
But if 5 meter comeback putt is hard for you,
then you shouldn't be on the lead card and thinking about going it for like in 50 meters.
As Marion is right now trying to.
Nice speed, and it's like 5 meters tops, so it's
shouldn't be. But as you see, lead card has so far only taken 4 bogeys. Marion Kull and Mauri Villmann hasn't taken any birdies. I mean birdies so far. So it's kind of.
Marion and Mauri also hasn't have taken par, and this is like maybe a little bit also the characteristic of the Villmann course as well. It's like it's not overly difficult. There's nothing like over the top, but it's really easy to just take pars and just if you're not in the zone, it's really easy to miss a little bit and just keep like ticking those pars, and it's like you feel you can't go anywhere, and it's just another par and just another par, and then when the bogey slips in or double bogey, and then it's like starts all this mental game. So I guess they want to birdie this hole just to get something going in the front nine. So
following up with this backhand hole is a forehand hole, I would say. Pretty basic straight shot, a bit uphill, 109 meters. I think they're mostly pars also on this hole. Some birdies and maybe
actually 10 birdies and 38 bars. But also 4 double bogeys and even one triple bogey.
Okay.
That triple bogey is kind of interesting on this.
I think it's early trees, and you just clip some other trees and go tree, and there you have it. But it's not a hard one. It's not an easy one once again. So but it's a forehand hole, I would say.
Most likely, it's really hard for me to see somebody throwing backhand. Although I have tried.
You can make it, but it really has to go. Late flip or easy fade to the right side.
And it's because it's at the end. There's like when this starts to fade, they're just fading down the hill, and you're really far. But it's not. If you're just throwing backhand, it's really easy hole to take a par and move on.
Yeah. But I mean, for a forehand player, you would most likely. Want to be in 10 meters range. Yep,
something like that. So everybody has thrown their tee shots. So Mauri is taking his approach shot.
They're quite far, I would say 40 meters, but it's really open and easy upshot,
Yeah.
I guess, because it's you have the hill on the upside. You can basically take a run on your upshot also.
Yeah, and Kristo with a
Oh,
almost throws it in. But it's
Yeah.
this is from that spot. It's really not like
annoying.
it's just like you can run it. There's
Mhm.
no issues.
Yeah, from the back there. But if you run along upside, you have a comebacker which has a pretty nice steep hill behind it. So
Yeah.
it might get disgusting. But maybe we can have a birdie. No.
It was a really nice opportunity actually for Marion because it was like there's uphill putt and not that far,
Mhm.
and it would have liked that birdie because it's like
Most definitely.
yeah.
And Mathias hasn't gone far away also, so I guess they're all thinking about catching him still.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
Yeah.
9 holes, I think Marion and Mauri were both looking to be like 3 to
Yeah.
4 under, most definitely.
So 9 more holes to go. 9 more holes to go, and just actually it's just 9 more holes and four shots separating the top 4.
Mhm. So it's everybody's game, I would
Yeah.
say.
So join us on the back 9, and see you there.